Hi folks, this is Vasilievsky Island, specifically the west side of Vasilievsky Island, where most of the buildings are newer. I think I'd mentioned previously that on the east side of this island most of the buildings are old, like pre-20th century. But here on the west end most of these buildings are, they were built around the 60s and 70s, so they're kind of Soviet-era buildings. So, you know, they're kind of not big on bells and whistles, but at least pleasant inside, at least fairly livable. This area is nice because there's this little sort of park area here with this little river or canal running kind of through the center of this district. On the other side of the street there are some buildings. I don't know if you can tell, I don't know if it comes through that well in the video, but a lot of these buildings are kind of old and falling apart, and you can sort of you can kind of tell they're not maintained necessarily in the best condition, but they're still fairly new buildings. On the outside they look pretty dumpy. There's a bunch of graffiti and such on them, but on the inside they're usually maintained to at least a reasonably decent standard. Let me see if I can get across the street and get a better look at the building that I live in. Waiting for traffic to clear. So I know it's kind of late in the day and the sun's kind of low in the sky, so the glare of the sun sort of makes things a little hard to see. But yeah, this area is probably the closest, at least that I've found here in St. Petersburg, to what would be basically, you know, a suburb in the United States. I kind of think of this area as a little oasis of American-style suburbia here in St. Petersburg. So if you ever come to St. Petersburg and you find that, you know, you're kind of homesick, you miss the United States, assuming you're from there, you should probably just come here and you'll, well, it's not exactly like suburbia. I mean, I don't think you have junk piles like that just sitting around. Well, maybe in some American cities you probably do. But, let's see, which way am I going in here? I found this apartment through a housing agent, which is what most people do here. Actually, most people here basically pay an agent. You basically tell them what you want in an apartment. You say, I want, you know, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom apartment in, you know, this district of the city, and they'll find something available for you. And they basically charge you, the agents usually just charge you the first month's rent. So when you first rent an apartment, you're paying whatever the apartment owner charges you, plus the first month's rent goes to the agent. That's their finder's fee. That's pretty standard. The first apartment that I stayed in was found, that I had been staying in previously, was found for me by my co-workers, and there was no agency or anything like that. They just happened to find it on, I don't know, some Russian equivalent of Craigslist or something like that. But as I've mentioned previously, I ended up not staying in that apartment very long. So I just wanted to show you this kind of landscaping that they have here around the apartments. It's actually very pleasant. I don't know why, but every time I look at this this sort of layout that they have here with this little sort of treed patch with, oh, I wonder what kind of bird that is. I haven't actually seen, I don't think I've seen birds like that around here before. I'm not sure what that is. Is that a... I think it's a seagull. There are lots of seagulls here, lots of pigeons. I have no idea what the heck that is. Maybe it's just a big crow. There are lots of crows around here. I don't know. Maybe some ornithologist could shed some light on that query. But anyway, I don't know why, but when I look at these, at this kind of area here, like this garden, this walkway, I'm always reminded of the photographs that you sometimes see of old-style Soviet housing developments. and it really feels to me like Pripyat from you. Okay, I actually was not expecting that. There is a dead rat or something there in the middle of the driveway. Okay, was not expecting to run into that. Well, I didn't literally run into it. I didn't step on it, but I almost did because I wasn't paying attention to what's on the street. I guess these are storage sheds with lots of graffiti on them. But yeah, this, if you've ever played the video game Stalker: Shadow of Chernobyl, this is really what it kind of feels like. And that's the only reason why I feel a little bit nervous living here, because every time I come walking through here, I always feel like some bloodsucker or pseudo dog or something is going to come up and try to attack me. The games really capture the feel of Soviet-style housing units, and it's kind of uncanny. I don't know why. There's just something about how the trees are juxtaposed with the buildings that make it feel like those photographs that you always see of Pripyat, even though I've never been to Pripyat, and probably never will. Or maybe I will. That would be an adventure, to go to Pripyat and go on the tour of the Chernobyl reactor, which, as I understand it, is still operating. I had been under the impression, and I think most people probably just sort of have this implicit idea, that the Chernobyl reactor was shut down after the Chernobyl disaster in, when was it, 1986, I think? But it wasn't. I'm assured that it actually, that plant is still running, still producing electricity. Here's something interesting. I don't even know what this building is. It has some kind of electrical warning signs on it, which leads me to suspect that it's probably, yeah, see, there's a warning sign on it. That leads me to suspect it's probably just a big transformer block or something like that. But on this side of it, somebody has spray painted vegan.ru. Interesting. I'll have to go there. I'm not actually a vegan. I'm a vegetarian, but not a vegan. I'll have to check that out. You may wonder how easy it is to be a vegetarian here in Russia. It's not that bad. I mean, it is hard to find sometimes good meals without meat in them, but then again, I had the same problem in the United States frequently, so it's not that much harder here. You can still find vegetable-only meals here if you ask around. It's not that big a deal. So yeah, this is Vasilievsky Island. This just happens to be a little bit of a older and poorer area, but just to the north of here, just like a couple of blocks north of here, there's actually a pretty new housing development with some very new buildings, like I think like maybe just 4-year-old buildings. And there's a very nice little plaza there with a couple of nice pizza places. There's a Papa John's pizza place where I ate the other day. They had very good pizza. You can get a nice medium-sized pizza with breadsticks and a drink for the equivalent of under, it was about 500 rubles, which is less than $20 US. So anyway, yeah, this is Vasilievsky Island. Not a bad place to live. I'm kind of glad I live here, actually. It's pretty awesome. Alright, folks. Thanks for watching. I will see you later. Bye-bye.